The fastest way to scale your business isn't through better marketing or more leads. It's by scaling your people. Here's the problem. Most business owners are obsessed with revenue, strategy, and operations. But they ignore the single biggest growth lever that they have. It's their team. If you want to scale faster, you need to build a team that performs at a higher level. It's that simple. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it using 4 core principles that will help you scale your business fast. Early on in my career, I was focused on the wrong things. I thought growth would come from better sales scripts, more aggressive marketing, or better closing techniques. But I kept hitting a ceiling. My team, they were good, but they weren't growing. They were missing goals, struggling with accountability, and they weren't taking initiative. Then I made one simple shift. I stopped trying to scale my business and started focusing on scaling my people. Once I invested in building my team's capacity, that's when everything changed. Productivity, it skyrocketed. Team members, they started taking ownership, and our revenue and growth started compounding month after month. The truth is, business owners that focus on growing their people will generate twice the revenue of those that don't, because the only appreciating asset that you have in your business are your team. Principle number 1 is don't talk about it, demonstrate it. Leadership is caught. It's not taught. Your team, they will model what you do, not what you say. If you want your team to improve in a certain area, then you need to lead by example. This applies to everything, from how you give feedback to how you handle challenges and setbacks. If you want your team to show up and do it with energy, then you need to show up with energy. If you want your team to take ownership, then you need to take ownership. If you want your team to embrace challenges, then you need to lean into discomfort first. I noticed that some of my team members, they were struggling with handling objections. So instead of sitting them down and just telling them how to handle objections better, I modeled it. In every sales call, I stayed calm. I listened carefully. Then I confidently addressed objections head on with clear and direct responses. Pretty soon, they started picking up on the tone, the phrasing, and the confidence, and their close rates started climbing. If you want to raise your team's standards, then you need to embody the behavior that you want to see. Your team, they will reflect your skill level. So make sure that you're setting the right example. Principle number 2 is anchor to their goal. Your job as a leader, it's not about just giving feedback. It's to tie that feedback to your team's personal goals. Most leaders make the mistake of giving generic feedback like, you need to improve your closing rate. Well, I'm here to tell you, that's not very motivating. It's actually adding pressure. Instead, you need to anchor the feedback to what the team member actually wants. So ask yourself, what's their personal goal? What are they trying to achieve professionally? How does improving this skill actually help them reach that goal? Let's say you're wanting to approach one of your top team members about stepping up into a leadership or management role. You don't want to push it towards them. You want to tie it to their personal goals. Sit down with them, lay out how the role ties to their personal and professional goals, and then help them decide based on what they want, not what you want. When you connect business opportunities to their personal ambitions, motivation skyrockets, because now it's not about what the business needs. It's about helping the person reach their own version of success. Principle number 3, growth doesn't happen by accident. Growth's not automatic. Growth is intentional. Most business owners naturally assume their team will grow over time just by doing their job. That's not how it works. Growth requires deliberate action. Here's the process. Number 1, paint a clear vision. Make sure your team knows exactly where they're headed and why it matters. Number 2, identify the skills that they need. Break down the specific competencies they need to reach that vision. Number 3, create challenges. Growth happens when you stretch people beyond their current capacity. And here's the hard part. You can't shield your team from the discomfort of growth. They need to struggle, because that's where real growth happens. Growth happens when you push people beyond their comfort zone and then support them through the process. Principle number 4, create a culture of growth. What you reward in your company will become your culture. If you want a team that's willing to take risks and embrace growth, you need to reinforce those behaviors, even when the outcome isn't going to be perfect. If someone takes initiative and they fail, which they will, reward the effort. If someone tries a new strategy and it doesn't work, which it will, recognize the courage to try. If someone steps up to lead, praise them publicly, because that's how you create a culture. where growth is not the exception, but the expectation. People rise to the level of their environment. If you want a team that's constantly growing, you need to create a culture that makes growth the standard. Principle number 5, take ownership, no excuses. At the end of the day, your team's performance is a direct reflection of your leadership. If they're underperforming, here's the deal. It's on you. If they're missing deadlines, it's on you. If they're not growing, it's on you. Top performing leaders, they don't blame the market. They don't blame the leads or the economy. They take full ownership. And when you take ownership, you create a culture where your team will do the exact same thing. Scaling your business, it starts with scaling your team. Start implementing these principles, and you'll see your team's performance and your business growth skyrocket. If this video helped you, drop a comment below and let me know which principle you're going to apply first. And if you want more strategies to help you scale your business and your team, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And let's build a winning team together.